welcome to my little corner of the YouTubeverse. I have a bins haul to share with you. One of my favorite things to do. It is Monday. We went to the bins on Saturday, so it's 2 days later. And oh my God, it was grueling. I'm not sure I've even recovered. It was so hot in there. I mean, of course, we're experiencing extreme heat warnings every day. And I just don't think their air conditioning can handle it, especially when it's busy. And it was quite busy. I mean, as usual, it starts out okay, and then it gets super busy, and then it peters out a little bit. Didn't peter out so much. And our bins are open 8 to 4. We generally stay till the end, but I feel like they've cut back on their final rotation and they finish rotating earlier. So once we've done the last rotation and we know they're not doing another one, we leave. So we were out by about 3 instead, which is just fine because it was awful. Anyway, again, there was a shoe issue. There were no shoe bins when we got there. There were several rotations. So my friend went up and asked if they could bring out some shoes. And on the next rotation, they brought out shoes. I don't know if it was because of her, but I like to think so. So there were 3 shoe bins, but that was it. Once those were gone, they didn't bring it anymore. I kept looking through the glass windows of the door saying, nope, I don't see any shoes. I don't see any shoes. She was finding some mixed in with other things. So she ended up, I think, getting a few pair. I didn't get much because within those 3 bins, there weren't a lot. And there were still some sad singles. She had found a beautiful condition Lucchese boot. Didn't find its soulmate. I was bummed for her. I found this really cool Doc Marten. Didn't look like a Doc Marten. It had sort of like that brogue stitching, and it was a high top, and it was like, did not have a speck of dirt on the bottom. But I didn't find the soulmate for that one either. So anyway, let's jump in and see what I did get. I do want to talk about a few things that I did along the way, I think. One particular. Anyway, okay, so this is a Kipling backpack. Just a very typical Kipling with the crinkled nylon. There's no pocket inside, just this. It does have the monkey in it. I've already got a few of these things listed. In fact, when I got home Saturday, even though I was wiped out, I was determined to do 2 listings because my death pile is down to like 3 Christmas sweaters. And I don't even source those. Those are from like consignment. I generally am trying to stay away from Christmas. But anyway, not that I'm afraid to list it this early, but I just wanted some non-Christmas stuff to list. And one of them that I listed Saturday night sold Sunday morning. So that's a good sign. This is a military jacket. It's in amazing condition. It has some pin pricks from the various pins and medals that they wear. I did work most of them. You just kind of do that to spread the fibers around, and it will sometimes make the hole go away completely. Sometimes it makes it a little bit better. There's still pin pricks. And then there's one area where on the sleeve here where you can tell he had a patch. And 2 patches actually. But I think that's okay. I was able to, so I've started using AI a lot. I use Google Gemini. Not so much for pictures, but just to gather information about companies, and it is amazing how thorough it is. So I could do all that research myself, but it can do it for me in like 5 seconds. So this apparently, per the contract date is 1970, so it's Vietnam era. It told me exactly, it's a dress uniform, it's a C, blah, 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 I don't know. Gave me all the information. So I have that list. I think I have it listed, or maybe it's in my draft folder. I can't say for sure. Oh, and it will also tell you, you know, if you ask it what you should price it at, it will give you like 3 tiers, like based on condition, etc. This is the one that has already sold. It's going to go out today. I have, this is my all day work from home day, so I arranged for them to pick up my mail. It is the brand is Cool, which is, a nice, like sporty, outdoorsy company. Doesn't necessarily sell high or even that fast necessarily. But this one, do I smell perfume? I hope not. It's 100% merino wool, asymmetrical zipper. You can wear this open or, more like up or turtleneck. I listed this at $35 and sold it with the closet clear out method for $28, which isn't like a huge, I'm trying to have a majority of higher priced items, but I still have a mix. And especially when I need inventory and I can't find, 30 pieces of things that will sell for $50. I just can't. Okay, this is Lululemon. Nice scuba hoodie, I believe. This is cool. It's got that stitching in the back. It is a size small, and it's a small because it's meant to be worn, very fitted. I thought this might sell quickly, but I don't know my Lululemon. I don't even buy it very often. Like if I just see Lululemon leggings, which I rarely do, I might not even buy them. And I bought this Lululemon bag. So if someone buys that, they'll get it in this Lululemon bag. Okay. All right, here's a brand that I usually pass. It's a good brand, but I don't have a lot of luck with it. I don't know which pieces sell, and that's Free People. In fact, I had a handful of Free People in my closet, and I've put them up on Facebook Marketplace for like $5, and I'm keeping a piece because they've been there for a very long time. But anyway, I oddly enough found several pieces. There was a dress that was really nice. I wasn't super impressed with the comp, so I was going to put it back. My friend ended up buying it. She lists a lot more than I do because she's full-time, so she, needs more stuff, and so she's slightly less picky in terms of like she can be very happy selling that for $25. And anyway, I decided against that because I didn't love the comps and the brand is not good for me. But We the Free, I thought this jacket was pretty cool. It has a name. I think this is the Nantucket. There's a Nantucket that's a quarter zip, and this is the full zip, which I'm glad I have the full zip. I think the full zip is better. Now, if I'm on the fence on something, a lot of times the size will be enough to make me put it back. And this is an extra small, but it's huge. I tried it on. It's very big on me. I would say it would fit a lady's medium or even large. But I think people that buy this stuff and this brand know that. Otherwise, it'd be confusing because you have to list it as an extra small, but it limits who's going to look at it because that means only the extra small people will look at it, even though you mark in there fits large. But I think with We the Free People, it's not as bad. And there's a couple more of that brand. Here's something unusual. This is Wet Seal. Remember Wet Seal, like a cheapy young girl mall store? I wouldn't normally buy something like this. I don't know. In my head, it's like Charlotte Russe and lower end Forever 21. I seem to recall someone posting that Wet Seal is having a moment with the, with the kids, their retro stuff. I mean, obviously Depop. So I still wasn't going to buy it, but the style was like, all right, let's give it a go. Look how cute this is. You can tell it's not good quality. There's such a difference between good quality suede and cheap suede. But it's not, it's fine. It's just not buttery. There's no butter involved. They're not even exposed seams. I don't know what you would call that. Sherpa trimmed seams. Anyway, I decided to give this a try. What do you think? Seriously. There's a comment section there. Don't be afraid to use it. Would you pick this up? Okay. Speaking of We the Free. And these were all in like close within 1 and 2 bins. I just kept finding it. And that's not something we find at our bins that often. I wasn't sure. I didn't look this up. I've never had Free People movement, or if I have, it hasn't been much. But I thought this was really cute, and I didn't look it up because I thought, I could always wear it. It's a size small. Does have that Goodwill smell. What is it made out of? Like, it doesn't feel like t-shirt exactly. It is, oh, it's 53% wool and 47% lyocell. So this would be a great base layer. Yeah. For the fall. And I don't know. I think it might be worth listing. I probably should have looked it up. Like I said, I normally pass Free People by, but I do often look up Free People when I see it to check the comps in case it's one of the pieces that might actually do well. I did a quick look for this type of garment and they seem to be okay, but I'm not sure. And also extra small, We the Free. This is a dress all, is that what they call it? Denim, oversized dress with big pockets. I don't know. I was kind of going to throw it back. My friend's like, oh, you should get it. So I was just like, and it took a long time to find any stuff. So I was definitely lowering my standards to start with, thinking if I don't, I'm not going to go home with anything. And it's still, you know, yard sales are going to pick up, but it's still another week before the weekend and it's still hot. So, and then again, another, I think this is the last one, We the Free. And this one is like the short all version of the other one. And let's see if it's the same size. This one's a small, and this one is, let's see. There it is. New with tag. It was $88. $88. I have no sense of retail. If I had to suddenly shop retail, I would just like stop buying new clothes and wear mine until they were threadbare. All right, next. Okay, this dress, I don't know if it was a good buy. I refused to look up comps because I did not want to be dissuaded. I did not want to be talked out of buying it because I just thought it was so cute. It's a size medium, so it might be too big on me, but I did think, well, you know, I could try, if it doesn't sell, I could try it on. It might work. It is this adorable Hawaiian sundress. It's belted, but it has Mickey Mouses all over it. I mean, how perfect is this for a Hawaiian Christmas vacation? This is new with tag. It has the spare button there. It was $44.95, which isn't that bad for Disney. And it even has the Disney hanger. Normally I wouldn't take the hanger because like I'm not going to pay for the hanger. But in this case, I wanted the Disney hanger and I figured if I do sell it, I will include the Disney hanger. Look at that. So, you know, it might work for me because you wear these things loose and then you know, I can tie it. But I'm actually hoping to sell it because it's not necessarily something I would wear much. All right. This, I don't know. Cardiff City Football Club. I don't know if Cardiff City is like Cardiff in Wales. I've been there. I was there for a weekend. But I'm a big fan of Ted Lasso. You know, I wish this said Richmond. I bought a Richmond patch and put it on one of my hats. So I looked it up and I couldn't really find anything. I did find some, it's a size 14, so I don't know what that means. If that's a junior size or if it's big. I tried it on, it didn't seem that big. I don't know. This was a total whim thing, like the chocolate at the cash register, like, just throw it in. I used to buy like ski wear a lot, vintage ski wear, and I stopped. So I see this in my bag and I don't remember deciding to take it exactly. The brand is Arctics, which is not great, but it can do okay. But it's like it's whole like overalls ski wear, and looks like it's in amazing condition. I didn't check the elastic, which I should have, but the elastic looks good. Everything looks good. And, you know, 'tis the season. At least it's coming up quickly. It is a one. Oh, yeah. I remember, because I was like, what the heck size is this? It has every size listed. But my friend pointed out that one's white, so that's probably it. It's a 1X. Women's regular fit. Made in Bangladesh. I don't know. I don't know if that was a wise choice or not. Oh, this is a brand I've never found that, as I understand, is a good brand. Tell me if I'm wrong. These are Tailor Stitch, size 30. Really nice pants. Look at these. They're like a heavy duty cotton canvas with the reinforced, is it a reinforced knee? Articulated knee. I don't know if it's, no, it just has a seam there. I don't know. It's very heavy duty, like the weight of it. I really like these. I was excited to find these because it's a new to me brand. You know, you watch videos and it's like, I found a Tailor Stitch. I found a Tailor Stitch. Like, I want to find a Tailor Stitch. Now, I've discussed this brand before about how I like it and I always want to pick it up, but I have to stop myself because it doesn't sell well. And that is the North Face. And yet I did buy one. And you tell me if I made a mistake. I don't think so. I think I'm going to do well with this. Here's the label. I can't remember the name of this one, but look at that. Full zip. That amazing pattern. The comps look decent for this style. I did not find one with this print, which I think helps it. So I listed it fairly high. And it's in amazing condition. It's interesting. It's got like cotton there, and then it's got a cottony hem there, and this stitching at the waist area, which just seems to be there. Can you see it? Yeah, just seems to be there for show. But anyway, would you have picked this up? Oh, I think you would. All right, my friend found these and they were just a little bit too dirty on the inside for her, but not for me. They are Birkenstock. They're actually, you know, the tread is good and the cork is good, and it's the Arizona in black suede. I don't see how these would do badly. And I can still see the size. They are unfortunately a little bit small, a 37. I wish they were my size. I would probably consider keeping them. Sometimes I scrape them. I wipe them with a fine grain sandpaper, but if you do it where the size is, it will scratch it off. I don't think I'm going to do it with these. I think they're fine the way they are. Very happy to find those. Would like to find some Bostons. She found one Boston in her size, and I was really sad she couldn't find the other because it was so cute. It was like Sherpa lined, and it came up in the back. Like the suede came up in the back, so it wasn't quite the clog version of the Boston. It was very interesting. I'd never seen it. Okay, this is a questionable brand, but I liked the style. Standard James purse, size 3. I don't know what that is. I have to look at their chart. It has a hood that can be, I didn't check to make sure the zipper was working on that. I should, but it's like a packable hood, and it's a, you know, an anorak jacket. Big pockets, a lightweight, I don't know what this fabric is called. Nice color, greenish. It's hard to tell. I don't have any lights on. I just have the light coming from the windows, and my blinds aren't like cracked open, so it's actually not very bright in here. Oh, I don't know why I bought that. I just like it. Okay. All right, we're gonna pause for a little bit of discussion again on AI. So I've been using AI, as I said, for my research, and I'm also using it to authenticate things. Obviously, you can't use that to prove anything to anybody, and it's going to, you know, but it's amazing. At least Google Gemini. I don't use ChatGPT much. I use Google Gemini, and it doesn't cost anything. So I had picked up these Tory Burch sandals on our last trip, which sold, by the way, very quickly for $64. And I asked if they were authentic. And it went over all the points that people that talk about whether they're authentic go over. The stitching was good. The depth of the, the logo that's pressed into the shoe, the depth of that was good. I asked for a link to the company website showing these, and when they sent it, those were padded and mine weren't. So I was concerned, and I said, well, these are padded. And they said, and it said, yes, you're right. Apparently, originally they weren't padded, but due to customer input, they started padding them, and it told me what year they did that. I mean, it was amazing. So anyway, I found 2 designer brand men's dress shirts, which I don't normally pick up. But I've heard this brand is good, and for some reason, I don't know if I've never looked it up, and I thought I had, and it didn't do well, or I don't know what. But it's Brioni. And when I was at that great yard sale with the men's stuff, where I got the jacket made with Loro Piana wool and everything, they had Brioni, and I didn't even think about it then. So I didn't look it up, wanted to try it. I took a picture of this and asked Google Gemini if it was authentic, and it gave me all the information. It said this is the correct label, the font is correct, the embroidery is correct. It was amazing. And then the other shirt that was next to it, and I thought, well, it must be real too, and maybe come from the same person, was Burberry. And it said no, it did not think this was authentic. The spacing was off. That part of the R wasn't correct. It was amazing, just amazing. And one more thing, which isn't related to this, and I'm sorry if I'm going on and on. My mom got this long letter in French from Quebec. And I, only in French, don't get me started on Quebec. Anyway, I took a picture of it, and within like 5 seconds, it had translated the entire thing, just with a picture of it. And not like in that kind of translation where, if it's a language where the words come in an opposite order, they just, it doesn't translate to proper English. This was in proper English. Like, this was in the English that you would send that letter. I was amazed. She was amazed. And it was very helpful because she had to call them anyway, but to try and get help with stuff like that. I mean, it took her a few tries to find someone who spoke English. Anyway, and that's why we don't live there anymore. I don't know. You can tell me if this was good, because like I said, I did not look it up. I just thought, let me try it. I don't know. I was very conflicted about this. There were 2 dresses by this brand. I left the other one because it was like maxi length and was like a cement color and had a black stuff at the bottom. And I'm just like, nope, not dealing with that. It's Maeve, size medium. The comps seem to be okay on it. There is a stain here. And I feel like it's slightly discolored there. But I'm going to do my, hydrogen peroxide, Blue Dawn, and Oxy and scrub it with a toothbrush and let it sit for a bit. And I think it will come out well. I've never had this brand. And actually, part of the reason why I don't do a lot of Free People is I don't do well with boho. And this is kind of boho. So this was probably a bad idea. I did find it early on when I was feeling desperate. But I went back and I could have put it back. But I'm like, let me just try it. I don't know that I've ever sold Maeve. Okay, this brand, I have a jacket, a men's jacket made by this brand, and it's not well known, I don't think. It's not even in the brand list, but I do think it's a fairly expensive brand, and I liked the jacket so much, and that is Talia. The other one that I have was made by the clothier to the king, who used to do like Elvis's stuff in Nashville or Memphis. So the whole, and it was new with tag, and it was this really cool men's blazer. And anyway, that's why I bought that. This is from Macy's men's store. Look at this. It's plaid on the inside. It is a nice red, not a fire engine red, but more of a, what would you call this red? I don't know, but it's a prettier red, and it is in amazing condition. I thought this is going to be fantastic for the holidays. It is a large size. Let me see. It is size 54 long. Dry clean only, 100% cotton. Oh, that's surprising. So it definitely has that newish quality. I don't know if this has been worn, you know, that crispness and everything. Oh, I just have a pile of stuff here. Oh, there goes the pile. I was on the fence about this bag, about whether it was authentic, and I was looking it up on AI, and then this woman said, I'm a purse person, let me see. And she grabbed it, and she's like, oh, I would buy that. So I did. It's Todd's. The leather does feel really good. It smells good. And what's most impressive is like the inside fabric feels really good, almost like a super suede. But there's no tags. And I could not, in a search, it does say Todd's in here as well. But in a search, I found, I think, similar leather with the red trim, but I did not find this one. But I will do it again. And worst case scenario, I'll keep it. Because someday when I'm not working, maybe I'll start using handbags again. It's like, it's a good size. It's almost like a purse tote bag. So it's got like some zipped compartments here, but the top only snaps closed. It really smells good. We'll see. All right, I'm almost done. I have one bag left. I bought these. I wasn't sure if I was going to give these to my brother who lives in Canada, but I think I've decided to keep them. They are vintage mittens. The brand is called Zero. Duck down filled, made in Japan for Fairfield, Hanover. I'll have to look that stuff up. But they're in amazing condition. I'm quite certain this is leather. I have a problem with my hands, which you may or may not know, because of Raynaud's syndrome, the circulation, where I have problems with my hands in cold weather. But keeping my hands warm doesn't seem to fix it because, you know, your blood comes from all over, and if you're cold somewhere else. But look at this. So you can put it over your jacket. It reminds me of a snowsuit for your hands. So I have fairly large hands, and a men's medium is perfect for me. So I'm going to keep this. Someday I might need them. This I am going to give to my brother. It's Adidas Climo Warm. It's just a reversible beanie. If he doesn't want it, it'll come back and I'll keep it or something. I don't like to buy people gifts like for occasions, birthday presents, you know, when you're supposed to. But I do like to, when I find something that makes me think of somebody, I like to give it to them. Let's see. Oh, this is just a Skechers bag. I thought, well, if I sell some Skechers, I'll put it in this Skechers bag. These are, I was on the fence because I don't think these are quite at my price point, but I bought them anyway because they're in great condition. Figs, size, it's on that part. Size 1XL. Nice color. In good shape. The first place you've got to look is between the legs, because that's where, like, there was a pair of Grey's Anatomy that I thought if it was the same size, maybe I'd pick it up and sell them as a lot, but all pilly and worn right there, even though the rest of it looked practically new. I did buy these sneakers. They don't have any shoelaces. I tried to find another pair of shoes with a shoelace that would work and take them, but they didn't have any. I may have some. Otherwise, I can just use white ones. These are Olakai. Just some cute sneakers. I don't know. I think I did quickly look at comps and they looked reasonable. They're a size women's 8. They're called the Kalea. K-I-L-E-A. I bought these for me. I've always wanted Harley boots. I've never found any that I could keep. I almost got a pair last time, the lace-up kinds, because my friend found them. And she said, but if they fit you and you want them, you can buy them instead of me. But apparently they run slightly small. So they were a little tight on me. And the lace-up aren't the ones I wanted. I wanted pull-ons. I wanted something more like that. So these are perfect. I can't even read the size, but I tried them on and they They fit me. Oh yeah, they're a 39, which is my size. It's weird that it has a US size on it, I think, but I can't read it. Doesn't matter. I tried them on. They fit me. I think they're cute. I'm going to buff them up a bit, pretty them up a bit, and they'll be mine. I don't know if I would have bought them otherwise because, well, I might have just because, I don't know, honestly. I don't necessarily do that well with Harley Davidson. Hairspray for my mother. Okay, the last piece. I've also stayed away from vintage quite a bit because while I like vintage and I know vintage can sell well, I don't seem to have a handle on what vintage will sell and what won't. But I couldn't resist this. The brand is called Rothmore, which I don't know, but I did ask AI about it and had a ton of information, so I will go back to that. It has this real fur collar. I don't know what kind of fur it is, but I know that this is real fur because they make fake fur now that feels real. But in these days, I don't believe that was the case. So that's the collar, and this is the jacket. I looked and looked and looked, did not find moth holes. So I couldn't resist this. Let me see if there's, I'm sort of surprised that the fur collar isn't removable. I'm looking to see if there's anything like a size on it, but there, oh, it does have the Ilgwu, the blue, which I think is the older one, like the one that came after it, which was the last rendition or whatever of those tags before they went away completely. Those are red, white, and blue. And those start in somewhere around the 70s. So this is obviously before that, I'm quite certain. Also based on the style and everything. So there's no size. I'm fine with that. I'll figure it out. I did not try it on in the store because then I would have just passed out. So anyway, that is everything. What do you think? All things considered, I think I did okay. And we'll get to listing. Please say hi, hit the thumbs up if you don't mind. And if you're not a subscriber, I'd be happy to have you as a subscriber. All right, bye now.